Just texted my mom and said, "Where you at?" I didn't know if she was going to make it in this morning. There she is, making it as the countdown ends. Hey, check out my Igloo roofing shirt. Ooh, there it is. You can kind of see it here. Hold on, I'll move the microphone. I just like to remind you that Igloo Roofing is our title sponsor, and I want you to get a new roof through them, of course. Looking at the Gina camera, I love this camera so much, and I'm going to do something. I'm going to attempt something here. I want to show y'all like with a preview of what this is all going to look like on the website when it's done. But let's see if I can do it. Okay, display capture, you're going to move up to here. Let's try this out. There it is. Let me take myself off. Okay, you can still hear me. So this is what it's going to look like. We're going to have all this data over here, the temperature, humidity, wind direction, speed, rainfall, rain rate, solar radiation, UV index, all kinds of stuff that updates. Wet bulb, globe temperature, a link to the Cenlaw weather site, and then a radar screen with a dot showing the location of the camera. We're going to do this for all 8 of them. So very, very cool stuff. I am super thrilled for all this. And I wanted to find a way to show you, and I figured it out. So how about that? And this is the Gina camera, just the good old clean way to show you all that stuff. And we have some birds flying around. They are way up there. Okay, then we'll go to the Alexandria camera. Again, we're going to have 8 of these, so it's going to be tough to decide who gets to go on every morning. But traffic moving along nicely. Dew points at 74, which is not nice, and the temperature is at 82 degrees. It's warm and steamy, and it looks like those thunderstorms to the north are going to stay put once again. So if you have travel plans, I know a lot of folks heading out of town toward the beach, toward Branson, Broken Bow, any of the popular destinations, we are going to see you heading that way. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here this weekend, so we're sticking around. I say we because Kristen is back. My girl landed last night late, and she got in, and we were up late, so I don't know. Nap time later today? Maybe. And we have rain showers and storms heading from Memphis to Nashville right now, so there will be more active weather. I'll show you a little more expanded view of things here in just a bit on where that severe threat is, just for all the travelers. It is upper 70s, it's lower 80s, it's lots of humidity, and this is what we're going to see here for the next several months. But there is a break because we have that cold front that I'm going to talk about incessantly until it gets here. And it's kind of weird to call it a cold front because it's really not going to get cold. It's going to get slightly cooler, which is what they do in June. 92 degrees at 4 p.m. It's not going to be cool today. We'll be in the 90s shortly after lunch, and you can see on the temperature track here that we jump up to 91. Natchitoches hits 93. That's at 3 o'clock. Natchitoches actually bumps up to 94, and Tom upped one of our numbers on the 7-day. And I don't change his 7-day around a lot because he's so meticulous with it, especially this time of year. It's just not a lot you need to change. But yeah, he put 95 in there, so I'm not thrilled. Mid-70s to start tomorrow. It is going to be warm and steamy, but as you can see here, the severe outlook keeps the severe thunderstorm threat north of us today, basically from I-20 up to the north. It clips the extreme northwestern part of the area, including North Toledo Bend country there, but that higher risk for severe weather is basically up from Dallas into Tulsa, that area. And now I'm going to take you out on the tour of the high-resolution model for the next couple of days, just for those that are going to be from anywhere from like Pensacola down to Houston. Here's what we have going on here. Most of the area beaches, and if you're going down fishing at Grand Isle or something, you're looking good here. Thunderstorms dying out by about midnight tonight as they make their approach to our area. Those dry up and get out of here. Nothing doing for tomorrow, and you can see here everything, all the action, all the big stuff stays up to the north. So speaking of just kind of what's coming here over the next few days, Gulf shores, any of the Gulf Coast beaches, really not much of a threat for severe or even thunderstorms for tomorrow. The big risk is going to be up there, again, like Wichita, Kansas City, Oklahoma City. So if you find yourself visiting family up there, could be some nasty severe weather. If you're going to go visit my mom in St. Louis, it looks like an enhanced risk, a level 3 of 5 up there. So tell her I said hi and have her make you a chicken pot pie. Those storms stay north of us here in Alexandria. And again, the beaches are looking pretty clean. So if that's where your travel plans take you, looking good. If you're heading to Branson, Broken Bow, could see some storms. And over the next week through Thursday, at least, so 6-7 days here, we're looking at most areas less than an inch of rainfall, so 1/4 inch to an inch, and that's spread out over 7 days. There are going to be some low rain chances out there on a few days, and how about we show you that? There's that 95 I talked about. I don't like that, but that's okay. I know some of you do. Low rain chance on Saturday here. Most of us stay dry, so any weekend plans are looking good. By Monday and Tuesday, we get some of those afternoon storms popping, and then I think we get a little break with more coming for the end of the week. But look at that. The cold front comes through. And we drop down to highs around 87, overnight lows. That's the good thing. When you see those drop into the mid 60s, that means the dew points are in the 60s, and that means that we are not going to be quite as humid. So that's the big crusher of souls here in Louisiana when we get those temperatures up in the 90s, but the dew points are in the mid 70s. Then it feels like it's 105, 110 degrees, and that's what we don't want to do. Now, to start June, it is going to be around or just above normal. We're losing that blue as that system moves out to the east, and we are going to have temperatures just around or slightly above normal after that cold front loses its impact, but dry conditions continue. So I think after this here, maybe, I know soybean farmers are able to get out into the fields and do some stuff now. In the parts that aren't really low and they have been able to dry out. So a couple more weeks of this we can totally deal with, but I think beyond about June 7th or so, we're probably going to want to get some scattered rain back in the area. So we'll be watching on that. You don't want too much of a good thing. You don't want too little of a good thing as well. All right. I see the comments are nice and quiet. Man, you guys must be asleep still. I like it. All right, calm day. We're looking good. Good weekend. I will see you tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly what time. We got the big Stelly family reunion crawfish boil down in LeBeau, so we're going to be heading down there and eating good. Y'all have a great weekend. I will see you back here at some point tomorrow morning.